Hey friends, happy Monday morning. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. Check out that sunrise coming up. Hey guys, I just wanted to share something that was on my heart this morning. Excuse me, something that I really, really hope blesses you. Had a very timely Bible study, and I was in 2 Samuel 3, and I highly, highly suggest that you read this, but definitely go through 1 Samuel. In 1 Samuel, we have the story of how David he was anointed king over Israel by Samuel when he was just a young shepherd boy out in the field, right? But in order for him to ascend to the throne, to be the king that God, the godly king that God was calling him to be, David had to go through a time of trial. He had to go through a time of discipline to prepare him to lead the people of Israel. And the Bible tells us, I mean, David went through a lot, but everything that he went through served to humble him, right? There was so much war and animosity between him and Saul, and he hid out in caves. I mean, there was just a lot of battles, and there was just so much, but I highly encourage you to read it because the life of David is so interesting, and you can draw so much strength from it because there's one thing about David. David got knocked down a lot. He backslided a lot, but he got up every single time and he repented. And as the Bible tells us, because of this, he was a man after God's own heart. So by the time he was ready, in 2 Samuel 3, it says at the very beginning, it says that the war between the house of David and the house of Saul, and I'm paraphrasing, lasted a very long time. But David grew stronger and stronger, and Saul grew weaker and weaker. And during this 15 years, this is what we see through this training period that God was taking David through these battles and these trials and everything else. David grew humble, and he grew to trust in God. Psalm 56:3, David said in that psalm, he said, "When I am afraid, I will trust in you." This is what David was taught: ultimate trust in God, on his reliability, on his promises, on his word, so that when he ascended the throne, he was ready. He could trust in God. His leader above him, he knew it was God himself. And so he ruled the people of Judah with all righteousness. Now, let me tell you, David wasn't perfect, but David trusted God. He was a man after God's own heart. And in 1 Peter 5:6, we have this. It says, "Humble yourselves before the Lord under the mighty hand of God, and in due time he will exalt you." Friends, this is the deal. For God to use us, God has to train us. We have to go through a period of trials and tribulations to where we are so humble that we say, "God, I can't do anything without you. I don't want to do anything without you." And that's when God can use us. You know, it took David 15 years. Some of us, it takes even longer than that. And I will leave you with this discipline that we have to go through. It is not, we consider it pure joy looking back and even going through it, but it's painful. Hebrews 12:11 says that no discipline is pleasant at the time, but painful. But afterwards, it produces a harvest, of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. This is the deal. In order for God to use us in big and mighty ways like he did David, he has to train us, and we have to humble ourselves under the coach and saying, "Lord, I may not understand this, but I trust you. I trust that you are doing this for my good, so that at the right time that you can use me." Guys, I really, really hope that blesses you. I'm going to finish up my run. It is going to be a great day. And don't forget, it's Marathon Monday. It's the Boston Marathon. It's going to be a great day.